Bill Maher and Donald Trump recently had a face-to-face meeting at the White House. While many people thought it would be awkward or heated, it actually turned out to be calm and respectful. Instead of arguing, the two had a thoughtful conversation where they listened to each other's opinions. They talked about politics, the media, and how divided the country feels right now. The meeting surprised a lot of people and showed that even strong opposites can have civil discussions.
As you know, 12 days ago, I had dinner with President Trump, a dinner that was set up by my friend Kid Rock, because we share a belief that there's got to be something better than hurling insults from 3,000 miles away. And let me first say that to all the people who treated this like it was some kind of summit meeting, you're ridiculous. Like I was going to sign a treaty or something. I have no power. I'm a fucking comedian, and he's the most powerful leader in the world. I'm not the leader of anything, except maybe a contingent of centrist-minded people who think there's got to be a better way of running this country than hating each other every minute. Okay, so meet up in person. Maybe it'll be different. Spoiler alert, it was. First good sign, before I left for the Capitol, I had my staff collect and print out this list of almost 60 different insulting epithets that the president has said about me. Things like stupid, dummy, lowlife dummy, sleazebag, sick, sad, stone cold crazy. Really a dumb guy, fired like a dog, his show is dead. It was 60. I brought this to the White House because I wanted him to sign it, which he did. Which he did with good humor. And I know as I say that, millions of liberal sphincters just tightened. Oh my God, Bill, are you gonna say something nice about him? What I'm gonna do is report exactly what happened. You decide what you think about it. And if that's not enough pure Trump hate for you, I don't give a fuck. So no, I didn't go MAGA. And to the president's credit, there was no pressure to. After we left the Oval Office, he showed me the little room off the office, you know, the one where Clinton used to. Okay. The blowjob room. Okay. Well, not anymore. That's where they keep the merch now. It is. And he gave me a bunch of hats, but he didn't ask me to take a picture in one, which I appreciated. The guy I met is not the person who the night before the dinner shit-tweeted a bunch of nasty crap about how he thought this dinner was a bad idea and what a deranged asshole I was. I read it and thought, oh, what a lovely way to welcome someone to your house. But when I got there, that guy wasn't living there. Now, does Trump want respect? Of course, who doesn't? My friend said to me, what are you gonna wear to the White House? I said, I don't know, but I'm not gonna dress like Zelensky, I'll tell you that. But, okay. Just for starters, he laughs. I'd never seen him laugh in public, but he does, including at himself. And it's not fake. Believe me, as a comedian of 40 years, I know a fake laugh when I hear it. And I thank you for them. No. And I don't remember exactly what we were talking about, but it must have been something with the 2020 election, because I know he used the word lost. And I distinctly remember saying, wow, I never thought I'd hear you say that. He didn't get mad. He's much more self-aware than he lets on in public. Look, I get it. It doesn't matter who he is at a private dinner with a comedian. It matters who he is on the world stage. I'm just taking as a positive that this person exists, because everything I've ever not liked about him was, I swear to God, absent, at least on this night with this guy. Bob, Kid Rock, told me the night before, he said, if you want to get a word in edgewise, you're going to have to cut him off. He'll just go on. Not at all. I've had so many conversations with prominent people who are much less connected, people who don't look you in the eye, people who don't really listen because they just want to get to their next thing. People whose response to things you say just doesn't track, like, what? None of that with him. And he mostly steered the conversation to, what do you think about this? I know, your mind is blown, so's mine. There were so many moments when I hit him with a joke or contradicted something, and no problem. At dinner, he was asking me about the nuclear situation in Iran in a very genuine, hey, I think you're a smart guy, I want your opinion sort of way. And I said, well, obviously you're privy to things about it I'm not, but for what it's worth, I thought the Obama deal was worth letting play out because we made Iran destroy 98% of the uranium, and they were 15 years away from a bomb. And then I said to him, but we got rid of that. You got rid of that. He didn't get mad or call me a left-wing lunatic. He took it in. I told him I thought parts of his plan for Gaza were wacky, but that I had supported him in the idea that Gaza could be Dubai instead of hell. I told him he was wrong when he tweeted the night before that I was critical of all things Trump. Not true. Check the tapes. Moving Israel's embassy to Jerusalem, loved it. The border did need to be controlled. I'm glad the cops are getting their morale back. DEI had gone too far. Biological men shouldn't be playing women's sports. Europe should pay for their defense. And of course, it makes sense that Arab countries should take in Arab refugees, like the million Syrians who wound up in Germany when Saudi Arabia took none. He said to me, you're right, they took none. I said, well, you should remind your boyfriend in Saudi Arabia that the next time you see him. To walk on eggshells around him. And honestly, I voted for Clinton and Obama, but I would never feel comfortable talking to them the way I was able to talk with Donald Trump. That's just how it went down, make of it what you will. Me, I feel it's emblematic of why the Democrats are so unpopular these days.
What just happened shocked a lot of people. Comedian Bill Maher, known for being a lifelong liberal, actually sat down with Donald Trump for a real one-on-one talk. Most people expected tension, maybe even a shouting match. But instead, what came out of that meeting was something far more surprising. A calm and honest conversation that showed a different side of Trump, one many don't often see. Maher didn't show up to be friendly. He brought with him a list of nearly 60 harsh tweets that Trump had posted about him over the years. But rather than getting defensive or angry, Trump laughed it off. He even signed the list with a smile, taking the moment lightly. There were no forced photo opportunities, no red hats, and no pressure. Just two very different people talking and listening. Bill Maher later shared that the Trump he met that evening was not the aggressive figure many imagine from social media. Instead, he described him as funny, self-aware, and surprisingly open to hearing different viewpoints. Trump didn't interrupt or dismiss him. He actually listened, something that Maher pointed out even some Democrats struggle to do. Even when they strongly disagreed on topics like foreign policy, the Iran deal, Gaza, and more, Trump didn't explode or walk out. He stayed calm and responded respectfully. The most unexpected part? Maher admitted on live TV that he agreed with Trump on a few key issues: protecting the U.S. border, expecting European countries to contribute more to defense, keeping women's sports fair, and encouraging Arab nations to help refugees in their region. Maher didn't change sides politically, but he showed rare honesty. That moment reminded everyone that real conversation, without yelling, is still possible. And maybe, just maybe, Trump isn't always how the media makes him seem.